If you want a cozy weekend project, a basket weaving project that will set you up for fun summer picnics or for an everyday catch-all tote, this tutorial is all about how to weave a leather-handled picnic tote basket or everyday tote basket. This basket starts with a closed base bottom. We'll weave and plain weave to weave the walls and then finish off with a rim and nice leather handles attached with Chicago screws. This kit in this specific pattern is in the Textile Indie shop. If you want to follow along with me, you can find the kit and the instruction manual that goes along with this video. You can find that in the link in the description below. That will have all the information on materials, cut lengths, and that kind of thing. So if you do want to weave this basket alongside me, you'll want to reference that instruction manual below. This is going to be a two-part video series. So in this first video, we'll go over creating the base of the basket, and in the next video, we'll talk about patterns and finishing off the basket and then putting on a rim and attaching the handles. So be sure to check back next week for part 2. In part 1, let's get started with the base of this basket. The start of every basket is preparing your stakes or your pieces that you're going to lay out for the base of your basket. I've pre-cut my stakes. Go ahead and reference that instruction manual. You can find that linked in the description below for purchase. So cut out your stakes and then mark a center point on all of your stakes so that you can reference that center point. This allows the basket to end up being nice and even. And then we're going to take our set of the most stakes. These are our medium length stakes. Put them in the water bin beside you and get them damp. If you haven't set up a basket weaving workspace with me before, what I like to do is have a towel out on my work surface. This catches all the drips. We are going to be working with damp reed throughout the project, so it is going to be kind of wet and messy. The towel keeps your space from getting puddly or messy. Then you'll want a water bin beside you. This is just lukewarm water or cold water even. It's going to cool down throughout the project, so don't worry about the temperature, but have a nice water tub beside you or work by a sink or a bathtub, whichever works most conveniently for you. And then having your tools beside you, I like to have a pair of basketry shears. I also have a spoke weight. This is really handy for this part in the project where we're laying out the base of the basket. You'll also want a pencil, a box knife, a straight tip packer, and a measuring tape. I like to use cloth measuring tape to measure out my stakes. So this first set, this is my medium length stakes. I'm going to lay these out so that that center line matches up. And I have 2 center marks here because I ended up shortening a longer set of stakes from something else. So disregard the marks on these guys. You'll want your center marks marked in one spot on your stakes. Now, I like to use this spoke weight on top of the stakes to hold things in place, and then continue to lay your pieces out, moving that spoke weight over all of them as you go. You want a bit of space between each of your stakes here. You don't want them to be too tight. I'm just going to get them tucked under my spoke weight, and then I'll do some adjusting. Now, we want this base to be a certain dimension, so we're going to extend these stakes out to that width. And you can reference your instruction manual for that. Make sure your center marks line up and that the space between each of your stakes is about the same. You can even come in with your finger and measure your finger's width between each of your stakes, like so, to kind of give a general idea that they're about the same with the part. Basketry is an ish craft. You don't have to be perfectly precise. It can be close-ish. Now you're going to take your longest lengths and your shortest lengths and put these in your water bin. Again, it's just a quick dunk. Just dunk them in and then pull them out. And my short ones as well. Now we're going to start with one of the long lengths of reed. And we're going to weave this over the first stake, under, over, under, over. It's important to weave these in this specific order for this long stake because we're ensuring that the filler stakes or the short stakes we'll be able to finish off with the chicken feet, which I'll go over here in a minute. But just know you want to start this specific stake as an over, not as an under. So go over, under, over, under, all the way across, making sure you're alternating over, under. Line up with your true center mark. Again, I have 2 because I made a mistake. You can always go in and erase those if you want to, but they're going to get covered up, so I just left them. Now I'm going to take a short stake and weave this in opposite. So where I was over, now I'm going under, over, under, over. And I'm going to work to one side of the center marks and then switch sides and do to the other side of the center marks. And I'm lining the center mark on these perpendicular stakes with the center stake here. So I'm tucking that under, and now this guy is going to get smashed up against that first one. So these ones you are going to pull together nice and snug so there aren't any gaps. You want it pretty tight. And then you can space out your stakes again, making sure these are nice and evenly spaced. Now grab a long stake, go over, under, all the way across. Push in close to the other set or the other pieces, like so. Now grab one short stake, go under, over, press up against the other one. And now our last piece on this side of the center marks is going to be a long piece. So now we're going to weave over, under, and then slide in. Now switch sides with your spoke weight. Now we're going to weave on this side of the center marks. So do the same thing that we did. We're going to start with a short piece and then a long piece, short piece, and then end with a long piece. Weave this side of the base the same as you did this first side. To complete the chicken feet on this basket, rotate your basket, and you can do this whole towel with your basket on it. Rotate, and we're going to come into these filler stakes here, these short pieces, and fold these in right along the edge of that perpendicular stake. And you may want to get these wet if they start to crack. A little bit of cracking is okay. Come in and fold these over, and then cut these shorter if they extend beyond that second stake. So I've got 1, 2, I'm going to cut this right here beyond that second, or just inside that second stake so that the ends will be hidden. And this one's short enough, so I'm good there. Now each of these pieces we're going to cut down the middle, down that center, so we're splitting it in half without cutting this perpendicular stake. And now we're going to fold these up, and this first side of our split piece is going to tuck under this stake here, and then take your packer and go under this guy, lift that up a bit, and tuck this piece under like so. So we create a little chicken foot, little V shape around this stake. Now this next piece is going to split on either side of itself like so. So we'll lift this guy up, tuck it under, and then this one, tuck it under like so. Now this one up and split. We'll do this all the way across. And this last one we tuck right next to that one, and then under this last piece on the edge here. So that is your little chicken feet on this end. Do the same thing on the other end of your basket to finish off the filler stakes on that side. Now you have a beautiful base for your basket. We're going to upset the stakes to prepare them to weave the walls. Take a spray bottle and spray around the perimeter to make sure these are nice and damp and pliable, or run this whole thing under a sink or into your water tub to get it nice and damp. I like to use a spray bottle on both sides to make sure this ends up nice and pliable and won't crack on me as I fold. Now to upset or upfold your stakes so that you can start to weave, we're going to gently fold these over, and I'm not going to go all the way over for this guy because I don't want any cracking in my stakes. So I'm just folding these up a bit to start to train them to sit upright for when we start to weave the walls. And I'm doing this fold right at the perimeter, so you may need to create a little pressure on top of the stake right at that edge for those that are sitting on top and don't have an edge to fold against. And that is preparing your base for the picnic tote basket. If you want more basket weaving content, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for doing that. That helps me be able to continue making content like this. Like this video to let me know you like basketry tutorials and would like more. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, watch this video and check back next week for part 2 of the picnic tote basket.